Yeah, you're gonna find a lot of good shit under Skellige's water.
Yeah.
And I actually tried to swim down to the bottom, and Skellige's water is programmed so deep that it like stops you. There's like a barrier.
I tried to do that too. It got so dark I couldn't.
Well, that's why you gotta use cat. And I think the better potion that you improve upon, like if you get like the master, because the higher tiers, it's brighter and it lasts for longer. Which is a neat little feature. Like the more potent the potion, the more effective it is, and the intensity is increased as well. At least that's what I've noticed.
I wish I had more. I wish I could find the other potions.
You need to make them. You don't find them. Sometimes you're given potions for completing quests, but it's few and far between.
No, I mean the recipes, the advanced recipes.
Oh yeah, you gotta buy those off of Herbalists. So the ones with the plant icons above their name. And then because they're not the parchment. Yep, they're not the parchment. They're the other parchments though. Because there's a parchment that has like 2 or 3 next to its name. That's regular parchment. But the single parchments, those are the ones you want to buy. And same goes for the weaponsmiths and the blacksmiths too. Because they have a fair amount of stuff that you can buy, diagrams, to create better gear and weapons and potions and shit like that.
Their garbage is one they charge too much. 2, I find better weapons out.
Oh no, later in the game, it really pays off to have diagrams. Because that shit is... A lot of the weapons and armor are better than the Witcher sets.
I just found the superior...
Like, yeah, right now I'm wearing a set mixed of plate mail and Ursine gear, and it's not as powerful as some of the Witcher gear, but I like the way that it looks. Because I never liked the fact that the vast majority of the armor in this game is all leather or cloth. I don't like that. It's like Mortal Kombat when you see like a scantily dressed katana. It doesn't make sense. You know, you have to have metal on you. You have to have plate mail to protect from these giant monster claws. You know? And so I think I've got the closest, for right now, the closest adaptation of a soldier, Geralt. I've also got this, because from the Caretaker, you can get his shovel. It's like this broken spade. This rusted, broken spade. Every time you hit somebody, it heals you for 10%. It does a fair amount of damage too, but it's worth noting that it's not as powerful as a lot of the higher end-game grade gear. But it's good. It's decent for, especially if you're fighting a bunch of like human enemies or non-monster enemies, because you heal without actually having to use any potions. Yeah, so the Skellige deck is in the Blood and Wine DLC. Like each person that you play in Toussaint has the Skellige deck. So each time you beat them, you get an additional Skellige card, and that's how you unlock the deck as you beat your first person.
Oh, nice. Not me. I've already beaten 2 dudes in Skellige.
No, I'm saying the Skellige deck is in Toussaint.
Oh, Toussaint.
Yeah.
Just in Skellige.
Yeah, no, it's a Skellige themed deck, which is, I don't know why it's in Toussaint. If it's a Skellige themed deck, it doesn't make a lot of sense. But yeah, it's instead of having like the usual Novigrad, Scoia'tael, Monster, and the Emperor deck, they have a Skellige deck in Toussaint. So that's the primary deck there. So you can use any of your decks, and all the decks that you build up and all the cards, you'll still have those. But you have a chance to build up this new deck in the same way that you built up all the old decks. Nice. Yeah, sometimes you'll get upgraded diagrams for completing some quests. So that's fun. Oh, you know the Rot Fiends?
Yep.
In Toussaint, they have Rot Fiends, but they're spiked versions, and when they explode, they shoot darts everywhere, like darts of bone. So, yeah, it's like an added you need to get the hell out of there before they explode bonus. Because you take bleed damage because they give thorn damage because they're spiked, but also when they explode, you need to get an extra distance away because those thorns are going to hit you when they explode outward. Because usually Rot Fiends of any kind, they explode when they die. They're like suiciders from Dead Island. Except they don't automatically explode, they whoop your ass, and then when they die, they explode, which could it could lull you into a false sense of security if you don't know that's what they do firsthand. So I didn't know that firsthand, and they one-shotted me. Because that self-destruct is one of the most powerful things characters have in the game. It's more powerful than most of the boss's attacks. It's pretty fucking crazy.
Dude, I am finding all types of good shit in this cave. I finally made it out.
Nice.
Advanced Lizard. Northern Wind.
And Northern Wind is it's kind of like your basic kind of bomb. Because you have a couple of basic bombs and you have a couple of bombs that are specifically tailored to like vampires and magical creatures, and then you have other bombs that are elemental, so bombs that'll throw out gas that you can use Igni to ignite it with and then cause burn damage for anyone caught in that cloud. So it's very tactical, potentially, if you know what the fuck you're doing. The Giant's pantry? I wasn't aware the Giant had a pantry. Yeah, these Skellige decks are actually pretty good at they're really good for controllers. For people who want to control the battlefield, kind of. Because they have a lot of the deck is like it has like druid cards. So like you can play like a cow, right? And the cow has no attack, but when the turn, like if you lose, the cow comes back as a level 8 fiend, so it's a level 8 card, right? But it's like a fiend, and it stays on the field. And then they have the druid cards, which as soon as you introduce the mushroom card, they evolve into an actually powerful monster. It's like 5 or 6, so it's not bad. The Skellige deck is not bad, and I'm very glad that they decided to continue the Gwent thing and not completely fuck it up. You know, I'm very happy with the direction that they took, is what I'm saying.
A proficient.
What is it? You can paint a turd gold, but guess what? It's still a turd.
Did you just refer to Gwent as a turd?
No,
I mean,
talking about your hands.
ooh, that's a Warhammer. Justin, they got Warhammers in this shit. Oh, fuck yeah, I'm buying that. Been looking for a blunt weapon to fuck people up with. Fortunately, he doesn't have any diagrams, but...
Oh shit. Ice troll.
Fire. Use fire. It's like the trolls. Oh, I found some copper ingots. It's like the trolls in Skyrim. They have high regenerative abilities. But if you use fire, it stunts their regenerative abilities, so you can actually do a decent amount of damage to them without them healing constantly. Because trolls have a constant healing factor. They're like fucking Wolverine.
Sure, you just threw a rock at me.
Yeah, they'll do that. You'll want to.
That's where the tools are, but I didn't think it was level 26.
Oh, you're trying to get the Unvik tools? Yeah, you're gonna have to kill him before you can get to those tools, because it takes some. You have to be like in the Witcher mode.
Yeah, but
So.
that's okay. At least I know where it's at.
Yep.
I can fast shovel right back to it. So I am going to go ahead and pick up a new quest. Follow the thread, collect them all. Nope. Witcher contract. Nope. Treasure hunts.
They sell a lot more crossbows in the Blood and Wine DLC too, which is cool. Because coming across like the main one, I haven't really found a lot of decent crossbows.
I have, but I can't use them because they're all way higher level than I am.
I mean, I've come across like 2 or 3 crossbows that are I would hesitate to say that are even unique. You know what I mean? And the rest of them are just like blues or white items. They're not really. Oh yeah, that hammer looks sexy. And the good thing about the hammers is they don't have scabbards.
A lot of collection maps on little tiny islands out there in Discovery.
I get my food in the microwave. Ooh.
Armor Crow, engraved of whatever your heart
Gwent.
No, your business.
See the young berserker cards when you introduce there's a mushroom card. They turn into berserkers. So it's kind of like a nod to the story mission where you had to solve the mystery of who the fuck turned the berserkers into bears. Pop.
If I beat him, it'll be beast mode. Yes! Come on. Yeah,
Who-
just beat level 29, dude, in a fight.
Hello, how are you doing today?
Oh hey, how's it going? I have to check my video to see who's talking to me. Give me 1 sec. Oh, hey, how's it going, Coffee Cat? I'm doing fine. Yeah, I'm actually eating some ramen. So sorry if that's in your ear. I'll try to be a little less noisy.
Something.
Yeah, it's
We have to watch you, the noob, we also have to hear you chew your food.
Justin, it's better than my fucking text messages, okay? So,
I always have to watch this noob play like a noob.
plus it's its own, it's like a, what the fuck they call it? ASMR. It's like that.
I like BDSM better.
Oh, me too. But, you know, it's like the BDSM for the kids nowadays. That's what ASMR is.
I'm gonna go ham on this Cyclops. What, sleeping?
That's hot. I tried to hit him with a bomb before you go ham on him.
Woke up,
Low
oh
Al.
shit, no wonder I pulled out my steel sword. Why would I do that?
Because you're a dumbass.
Yeah, I am.
That's why I always try to carry a distinct steel, like a steel weapon for humans, so that way I know that I don't pull that weapon out unless I'm fighting humans. Like the looks.
I know I pushed the correct button too, and you
Because
just did it on purpose.
Because if they're both swords, then it gets kind of confusing as to which one you pull out.
Where's LPL? But hey, I'm not judging.
Hey, no, ASMR is where like they blow into the microphones. See the Twitch thoughts? They'll like blow into the microphones and they'll rub the microphones against them and make sound. Because I guess dudes find that attractive and dudes find it sexy. That's what ASMR is. And my smacking sounds from when I'm eating food could constitute as ear porn for some people. Because some ASMR videos have been chicks literally eating food. You know, so I do know what ASMR is, Kat. So, I do. So, yeah, you might not want to open that can of worms because you'd be sorely mistaken in this scenario.
You're going to be sorely mistaken.
You're just going to be sore from, you know, after I shove my thumb inside of you to prove my dominance. That doesn't make any sense, Justin.
No, it does not.
Why would you, like if you're trying to prove your dominance, I need to be awake, you know, I need to be humiliated.
Yeah, you are. You're sleeping.
You can't humiliate somebody if they're unconscious.
Yes, you can. They're taking pictures and posting them on the internet.
How? I'm not following your logic. It's not adding up. It doesn't make sense. So this guy has a lot of spy cards that I'm going up against currently. Yep. Thankfully, I also have a lot of spy cards. So there's that. Okay, I need to put... Oh, he's using a Nilfgaardian deck, okay. I thought they also used Skilliga decks. Time to put... Oh wait, what? Oh! I tried to activate my leader card. I forgot that his leader card canceled my leader card. So I'm just sitting here I'm trying to fuck the shit out of the square button with my thumb, and nothing's happening, and I'm wondering why it's not happening. It's because I'm a dumbass. Dumas. Yeah, this dude's just wasting all of his good cards in the first round.
I'm sorry, my heart just skipped a beat.
That's what I thought a couple of times too. And they decimated me.
You might want to get that checked out, Coffee. That could be something related to a medical issue if it does that a lot. Oh, that's how I was joking around with her.
Why the fuck do you have 4-0 cards in your deck?
4-0 cards? I don't know what you mean. Are you talking about the spy cards? Because those aren't 0 cards.
Yeah, they have some, but they're 0.
Oh no, it's Avalok. But I didn't play that. He played that. The opponent played that. Sorry, I didn't play that card.
Yeah, your mother played that card.
I'll take 1 card away from you, you son of a bitch.
Right?
What?
Are you serious, dude? WTF is wrong with you? 4-0 cards deck. You only draw 1-0 cards.
Say yes, because your mom will let me.
What the hell are you talking about, Cat?
Dude, you need help with your deck.
What do you mean? I have won the vast majority of my games on the first try. Oh, Cat's trying to give me advice on how I should build my deck. No, I'm trying to tell the individual that I'm good. I don't need help. But thanks. I appreciate that you care enough to try and, you know.
Since I can't hear them, that means they can't hear me.
No, they can hear you. I have the audio included, so anything that you say shows up in my video. Because what kind of fucking friend would I be if I excluded you from my videos, you know? That wouldn't be a good one at all. So you see that, Cat? That was a perfect game. I didn't lose a single round. So I'm good, boo. You know, but thanks. I'm just being a smart ass. Justin, if you would kindly stick my balls inside your mouth, that'd be great. Admittedly, they're unwashed, so they might taste a little zesty initially.
You have more than 40 cards in your deck. You can rock a 25 cards deck with the top cards only.
I know. I have more than 40 cards in my deck. You want to know why I have more than 40 cards? Because I earn them. And the only card that I have 40 cards in is the Northern deck, because that's my main one. All the other ones, I've limited. So with the Scoia'tael deck, I put only elf-based cards and dwarf-based cards in there. With the monster deck, I only put monster-based cards and villain-based cards in there. And with the Emperor Emir deck, I only put Nilfgaardian cards in there. And with the Skilligan deck, I'm only going to put Skilligan cards in there. But the Northern deck is my mix of every card. So every valuable card that I have, I'm going to put in the Northern deck that I can. So that's why I have a lot of cards in that deck and not any of the other ones. Ooh. Toussaint Knight's Armor. Justin can choke on my chocolate salty. Wait, I'm on black. Yes, Justin. Yes, we are friends. Everybody ever seen my balls are big, salty brown? That song stuck in my head. Good times. I'm gonna see what this Toussaint heavy armor looks like.
Alright, I'm gonna burst AVN watching you, but since you're having fun you do you, but I'm sorry I just can't.
Well, I'm sorry, Kat, that you can't wrap your head around my genius and my awesomeness.
Good night.
I'm sorry, Kat, that you can't wrap your head around my awesomeness and my genius. And I hope that you get that checked out. Have a good one. I guess they're not having an easy time figuring out why I do the things that I do. It's causing them a bit of gastrointestinal distress.
And because you're an adult, you like your own ass.
Well, you never just want to say that. It makes you sound basic. You want to lead them to that conclusion, you know? Wasted a shit ton of gold just now buying a shit ton of armor. Ooh, they have horse armor too. Ooh. Cade Merkvid. Merker. Cade Merker. Errants. Errants. And then they have the Grapevine. I'm gonna buy that. Because the Cade Merkvid, I think you'd like because it's got like the horns on it and shit. Still there, brother? Justin? Son of a bitch, you better not have left. So let's see what this shit looks like. Oh, fuck the hell, yes. That is straight up plate mail. Yes, that is. I like it.
Armor chromed and greft or fluted, whatever your heart desires.
Let's see.
I'm gonna keep those for my Witcher.
Over here.
No, I'm gonna think of this fucker. Out of my way, you little shits.
Need to speak to the Duchess urgently.
All right, you scouts. Story's done. Go find your parents.
But the Camarine, what about the story of Richie and the dragon?
Tales all the time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Geralt of Rivia, the Master Witcher's relentless violent hand to the defeat of the giant.
Master Richard, is it true virtue always trumps villainy?
Much as we might not like it, Witcher's got nothing to do with it. Victory goes to the stronger.
So, is there no point to being virtuous?
What I say?
Pretty much, kid.
Sharp sword and some skill.
But what if there's lots of it? And they're sharp swords too. And lots of skill.
That's where virtue started to matter.
And then you're in for a fight.
They say God will reward the virtuous after death.
Now, that will do for questions. Go find your parents.
Oh my god. I love these noodles so much.
Dude, busted, I can't sleep knowing how ignorant you are.
How am I ignorant? That's what I want to know.
Lead the way.
I get that you're trying to be a troll, and I'm playing along. But how am I ignorant? for explaining to you why I build my decks, why I build them. Please, explain to me how that makes me ignorant. Take your time, I'll wait.
LOL, listen.
But I first the problem. The beast is a gift from the Emperor.
And don't interrupt until I finish.
I didn't interrupt until you finished. Actually, you interrupted me because I was explaining to you why I wanted clarification as to why you thought I was ignorant. So, you interrupted me, not the other way around. So, careful where you point that finger. But please, continue. I'm still waiting for your explanation. Yes. I don't understand. Like, do you think the number of cards makes you invincible? Like, if you have a lot of cards, that makes you invincible? Because that's not the case. It's how you use the cards. So, Coffee Cat, I've been beaten a lot.
If the number of cards is infinite, then surely that's the point.
I've been beaten
But
a
you
lot.
only take 10 cards a game.
I've been beaten a lot by people with lower amounts of cards than I have had. So the amount of cards that you have does not determine how the game is going to go. It's how you use the cards. And I've whooped other people's asses from the brink of defeat with cards I didn't think I was going to be able to pull the win out with. It's all how you use the cards, dude. So I think that's what you're not understanding, and you're just looking at the sheer amount of cards and saying, well, you know, if you have
I'm the fucking troll, ha 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 ha.
I think you're just looking at the fact that I have a lot of cards, and you're saying, well, if you have that amount of cards, I mean, of course you're going to win every time, you know. And I think that might be what you're trying to say. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that I have too many cards and I shouldn't be bragging about being good at the game. But again, I go back to my point of it doesn't matter how many cards you have or what cards in your deck you have. It's how you use them. Because I've won from a shitty hand, and I've got my ass kicked from a seeming place of victory. It doesn't really matter how many cards you have. I don't understand what you mean by this top cards only thing. I don't understand what you... I think you're trying to make a point with that, but I'm not seeing it because it doesn't make sense. There's no such thing as top cards because the decks are shuffled randomly, so it's different.
Sure, but statistically it's more realistic to have 2-5 cards with the top cards only.
Oh, okay, I see what you're getting. I see what you're getting at. So you're saying the monster cards? That's what you're saying. Yeah, I understand. No, I just have a lot of those because I like to stack my deck. You know. And if you think it's unfair, then you should probably...
What's the point of putting a card with 1 strength?
Can you rephrase the question? I'm not entirely sure what you, the information you wanted to conceal from your question, the way you worded it. The point of putting any card with any card is to build off of their strength. So say my Gaunter O'Dim card, right? Having that card in my deck would be pointless without having the Gaunter O'Dim Shades. Or, same goes with the Shades. Having the Shades in my deck without the other 2 Shades or without another Shade would be pointless because it's just one weak card, you know? So by putting the Gaunter O'Dim and the Shades in my deck, I can play the Gaunter O'Dim, and then I can play 3-4 cards right off the bat. So that's a pretty good first start. So it's all about building off of each move, you know? Using the cards to the best of your advantage. You know, playing the level 4 cards that when you play 2 of them, they both get a bonus. Playing those cards to their strengths, you know, not just playing them, you know, as one card, playing them as two cards. You know, wait until you have both of them in your hand, and then playing both of them, and then playing a horn or dandelion to build those up further. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the cards with one strength are not meant to be overpowered. They're meant to be support cards. They're meant to bring out other cards or to power up cards with their abilities. I don't have any card in my northern deck that does not have an ability. Like, I don't have those basic 2 cards or those basic 1 cards.
This is the worst day ever. Alright, you're a professional troll, I see. This is a waste of discussion.
How am I being a troll? I'm explaining to you the methods to my madness, and you're calling me a troll. I don't understand. I'll wait here for an explanation, if you can muster one, and I will debate it with you as professionally as I possibly can. But I am by no means a professional Gwent player, and I know that was sarcasm before that shitstorm. But I don't understand what you're trying to imply here, because I'm telling you why I do the things that I do, and you seem to be taking offense to that, which is adorable. Believe me, it's adorable. But it's unnecessary and unwarranted. So you should make a point, a valid point.
You just called it madness. Don't have anything else to say here.
Method to my madness is a turn of phrase. It's a figure of speech. I didn't honestly think that I had to explain that, because I thought you had a basic understanding of the English language and phrases. Apparently I was wrong, and I do apologize for that misunderstanding. I should have clarified that, I'm word savvy. But, yeah. So sorry about that. And I am truly sorry.
Well, I know, I'm taking my thing too seriously this week.
I'm truly sorry that this has boggled your mind so intensely that you have taken to hiring multiple professionals and getting like one of those, Doctor Who, equation sequences just to figure out why I build my decks the way that I build them. I'm sorry about that. But I can't change it. I'm going to keep doing me, and,
You like to be dunked in an arena. I slay monsters who have humiliate one dangerous environment. No man will gain any glory from this. Who's going to fight the beast?
Yup, you keep doing what you do, so long it's working.
Oh, he definitely is. I mean, it doesn't sometimes, but that's the risk you take with certain strategies. You're not going to win every battle. Certain ones you're going to lose, certain ones you're going to win. You just hope that the win ratio is bigger than the loss ratio. Because they're both going to be pretty high at the end of the day. And I really wish they gave Geralt a shield in this game. That'd be awesome. And maybe a helmet or some like hood options, for like cloaks.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Vivian.
It's begun. The fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
I have a bad feeling about this.
But I do hope one day while we're playing alone you'll realize my point and know how it makes sense.
I mean, I'm playing a single player game, so I can't really play multiplayer on The Witcher. I don't understand why that holds any relevancy. And I will never understand your point, because your point doesn't make sense to me. See, what I said can be backed up by you simply watching my Gwent gameplay. You know, because my results speak for themselves when you watch the games that I played in the Gwent. I don't know why you're throwing so much shade at my strategy when my strategy clearly works.
I know. That's why I said I heard.
Mother... Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, he just fucked me up. Wow! Okay then. Shelmar for the win. Oh. I kind of feel like you should, I don't know, maybe take a nap, Coffee. You're a little grumpy, a little crabby. Maybe eat a anti-Krabby Patty. A little crabby. Yeah. Just enjoy the video. Don't question it, because if you try to question it, someone else's perspective.
I know.
If you try to question someone else's perspective, you're never going to understand that perspective unless you're like-minded. It's just going to drive you insane. So the best is just to enjoy the video. Yeah. I stopped trying to understand people a long time ago because it gets you nowhere. The only person you got.
I wish I was as laid back as you.
The only person you got to understand is you, and the only strategy you need is the one that works best for you. That goes for life, for video games, and I mean I've had a lot of experience in both. So, you know, and I wouldn't call me laid back. I would call me jaded and borderline sociopathic, but not laid back. Yeah. But I'm glad I give off that impression, unless you're being sarcastic, in which case you can suck my taint. But that's only if you're being sarcastic, and I was also being sarcastic. I don't care. All right, round 2, Shelmar. This time I'm ready.
Gotta keep it down.
LOL.
Oh, you motherfucker. I mean, I don't. Oh, come on, Garrett. Why the fuck did you do that? Ah, so irritating. And I'm not even going to be able to see him now because I drank this fucking potion. Relics. I need to... Vampires. Howler. Karen Lushen Mold. Okay, so I need Samum and Relic Oil and
There's a
Ard.
potion that clears all potions.
Yeah, I just remembered that. Yes. Wish I remembered that a long time ago.
It's
But
white.
yeah, it's honey, the white honey. Yeah, which is biome. So relic oil. I need relic oil. I need to get a better relic oil. I need to put on my salmon bombs. Boop. Oh, you motherfucker. Geralt, stop pulling out your torch. What is wrong with you? Okay, it's just not. Am I only able to hurt him from the front?
They wanted to include the Shiomar in the base game, but didn't have the time.
Yeah, I really wish they would have made like a shield, or at least like a helmet, or like a, you know, the cloak that Geralt has in the trailers. Oh shit! Yeah, I walked right. Dodged right into that one. It's like I wish you could have like a cloak, you know, or some kind of helmet or a shield, or maybe like a little more variety in the weapons in general. Because I kind of feel like the enemy's weapons are better than yours. Oh, okay. I think I could have sworn I dodged that. Yeah. Here. Yeah. Oh, I caught his ass on fire. Nice. I don't know if that actually does any damage to him, but
Use when it's the closest thing to a shield.
yeah. Actually, because it doesn't seem like the Ard. And that's the thing with this game. I'm not entirely sure why it says use some abilities when the abilities don't necessarily work all the time. I totally forgot that this guy can actually die, so I need to protect him. You bitch. Oh, okay. Okay.
And a northern wind spawn, to freeze it and get a few hits.
Ah. Yeah, I already used them all on him though. I don't know. Maybe I should try to use my other bombs. Freezes foes. Wait. It's the Samum, but the Samum didn't really do shit. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, I can definitely see why. Freezing bombs. Oh, you are made of whore! Oh! Well, that Quinn saved my ass. Okay, I think it's kind of stupid that he can just spam that shit, dude. What the fuck is that garbage? Alright. So clearly I need to... yeah, it's because I can't hit him from behind. And when I try to hit him from the front, he always closes up. Oh, I think I need to use Axie. Because I think if I use Axie, I can stun him while he's trying to block, and then he'll open up and I can hit him a couple times. So that's what I'm going to try to see if I can't get this guy. To get the perfect achievement, I have to prevent all the people that I'm fighting with from dying, and also win all the matches. So let's try that particular strategy. A text message from who? Oh shit. I'm sorry to hear that, Justin. That is, that's unfortunate. Alright, so I need to use... What I don't need to use is blind myself with the fucking... What I don't need to use is... I'm not even speaking coherent English. What I don't need to do is blind myself with the cat eye. Because... Yeah. Also, what I need for this game to do is load. I got pretty close to killing it. I didn't do that bad. What I really have to worry about, though, is making sure he doesn't fucking flatten me with that steamroller attack. Alright. Alright. So I need to first equip... Because he's a relic, right? He's a relic. Let me check. Pretty sure he's a relic. Yeah, okay, so Samum, Relict, and Ard, but I'm not gonna go with Ard. Why did I do that?
Just sub, hopefully I'll join you in another stream sometime. Have fun and have a great day, man.
Alright, man, take it easy. Or chick, whatever you define yourself as, I don't judge. Have a good one. Go ahead and put that bad boy on. I think I can use some of those potions too. Blinds opponents. Okay, so it blinds them. Doesn't really do much for me. Vitality is at its maximum. Use additional one-time damage to the foes for damage vitality. So it couldn't help. Well, it couldn't hurt. It couldn't help, definitely help. Toxicity is at 50%. Critical hit chance. It's maximum. Supposed to, I'd have to kill him first. That doesn't make any. Don't get the fuck out of my way. Okay, what the fuck's going on here? Doesn't really help much, does it? Okay, so I really wish she would get away from him. Gotcha, bitch!
The Shellal is defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the witchering trade. Behold, as the last gasps of life seep from the beast.
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the deed!
It's suffered enough.
The monster lies slain! The fight is done! Praised be the victors!
The lads who came down to close your died.
Fine. Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speaks your true ends. She reaches.
Geralt. We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later in the Mythic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your Grace.
We knew that to someone was brilliant.
Strung out on heroin, all veiny and shit.
And I am truly honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop. For we must make off with Geralt. We should talk.
Yes, we should.
We had been long awaiting your arrival. Had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Your Grace. Shaelmars are dangerous creatures, even to knights in full plate armor.
Nonsense. Exists for mere glory since time immemorial.
So they're animal abusing sociopaths.
We
And
long suffered
PETA would not like this DLC.
and bruises, but in return, they determined glorious he slew the monster.
What about the crowd? Say the Shaelmar had vaulted into the stands, or been massacred.
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your services have been repaid, and as a civic hero, you will be generously compensated for completing another task altogether.
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He left the investigation pending your arrival. But where could he be? Come, we must find him.
I better be able to loot that fucking thing. Geralt, don't you fucking... You walked out of the arena without looting the creature, didn't you? Motherfucker. That's like killing a monster in Monster Hunter and just walking away and not looting it. It just doesn't make any sense, Geralt.
Tell us, have you come alone? Or with Viscount?
Fuck.
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Yes. I mean, no. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered. Ah, the very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
Your Grace. Witcher.
Greetings. Sorry to have to tell you, but the guardsman handling the last victim's body...
I know already. The creature in the cellar of Corvo Bianco. Was it the beast?
No. A Bruxa, a kind of vampire. Not the beast, but tied to it in some way.
You know this how?
Through careful analysis of the evidence, both on the riverbank and at Corvo Bianco.
Do you mean to insinuate the investigation thus far has been sloppy?
Geralt insinuates nothing of the sort. We must listen to him attentively.
I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir Delatour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Yes, Your Grace. The law of surprise. Time-honored.
We shall be candid. The surprises we encounter on a daily basis would be of no value to one such as you. What awaits at the palace are edicts to sign and portraits of suitors from far-off lands. I fear you would find little use for either. Thus we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and the sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. Corvo Bianco. Isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised for one instant. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a Witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information. How'd it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feast-goers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later, on his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
Second murder. Tell me what you know.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut-purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in the gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, A knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
So, first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times knights face new challenges, enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinchi.
Found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Toussaint. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if they...
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
Honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
5 virtues. Why are they so important to your knights?
Strange question.
Your Grace, forgive me. I'm a foreigner trying to understand another land's customs.
You are forgiven. According to legend, the virtues we cultivate were bestowed upon us by the Lady of the Lake. How we truly came to espouse them, none remember. In Toussaint, we believe men of low birth should be simple-hearted and obedient. We expect much more, however, of our knights. They are to be soldiers and courtiers, lords and servants. Thus the need for clear moral guidelines. At the time of his dubbing, a knight vows to demonstrate throughout his life honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit, true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the 4th virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunt shall begin there shortly. Have you heard of the custom?
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knightly team. It was years ago, but...
They were a team?
They were close friends, tightly knit, and as such earned the trust of our father, the Duke. We often witnessed him turn to them with delicate matters. Later, their paths diverged.
Unlikely to be a coincidence. Beast must know it too. It's a lead, I'm sure. Your Grace, we need to find Milton, immediately.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game, at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm. Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace. Horses? Ready our horses! Your Grace!
What the hell? Why, I should... Your Highness,
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled. Onward! to me!
Red Race seems right at home in the
Right
saddle.
left the wind! Clear the path! Clear the way, I said!
Faster.
It's here! Just round the corner!
Hurry.
We must go to where the game is being held. The participants must find a unicorn's horn, a gold... fish and the phoenix egg. With these in hand, they can deduce where the hare, Milton, hides.
Mean we need to find those things too.
We've no other option. But time is of the essence, so we shall have to break the rules.
Stocks and the whip await those running riot. Our Dutchy values peace and quiet.
On second thought, through here. I shall show you where the hunt plays out. Then we will split up. You will get hold of the unicorn horn and the golden fish. While I nab the phoenix egg. That will be quickest.
The unicorn. How do I catch it?
It's terribly skittish, true, but I'm sure you will find a way to earn its trust. It turns around, over there, look.
Golden fish. Do I need a rod or a net?
Please, Garrett. It's not a real fish. Look there, towards the water. See the lights? The hunters are trying to hook the fish from boats. You must simply dive in and find it. The golden fish and the horn both contain things or clues that will help us find Milton. Once you have fish and horn, find me among the other Phoenix encounters. All clear? Then let's get to it.
Fiorano of the 1290 vintage. I do.
It's only going to make you strong. Damn it! Watch where you step.
Oh, it's an order!
If one were to hold still, courageous or coward, ram of wine, 40 winks. Like your father.
Perhaps an apple will work. Or some sweets.
We would not be in this predicament, dear sister, were you still a virgin.
Do you really wish to have this conversation again? Here and now?
Hush, or you'll spook the beast. We shall try the sweets.
Hey, folks. Gonna have to ruin your fun. Sorry.
Who's that?
Roach likes carrots. Maybe Unicorn will too.
This is an outrage. An outrage, I tell you.
It's against the law.
Almost had it. What would you say to a delicious, crunchy carrot? Easy. Gardens are huge. You're better off on horseback. Golden fish should be easy to spot once I'm under. Hey, wait. Stop. It's important.
King Cormorant, sire, accept this offering we bring. Prithee cast upon us your merciful eye, and bear before us its secrets.
As the moon is heavily coursed of trace, in my domain I await that moment of grace, when a soul of good or ill repute brings me a gift, fitting tribute.
A key.
Why, you bomb-botched wretch!
He's ruined the game! Disgraceful!
Hey there!
Wine. Sunlight captured its positive issues. She can't possibly see that. Appearance. Witcher, beware.
If you please, Your Grace.
We do not please. We act out of the highest necessity. Or shall be explained later.
But it's against the rules.
I am the rules. Geralt! At last.
Got a key and a clue.
And I've another. Show me yours. Who wrote this drivel? I begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse with a head of hard cheese.
Let's see. Grown. With ease gives us green, right? And mouse with the head of hard cheese. Greenhouse?
You're a genius. Several greenhouses in the gardens, indeed, but only one locks, the key to which looks just like the one we found.
Greenhouse it is then. Let's go. Butch?
What was that?
I'm here.
This belonged to you, maybe?
It did, but you may keep it. I've a new one. I do not know you. I've done you no harm. Yet first you butchered a Bruxer who was dear to me. Now you pursue me. Why?
You've killed 4 innocent people, at least.
And you? How many innocents have you cut down?
Plenty. Even more of the guilty, though. You're next.
I think not. You see, I've something to do still.
More murders?
Just one. Not counting yours. to stay where you were. Regenerate.
I know you're in trouble. I can help.
I'll help myself.
No, he's my friend.
Yes, Geralt, it's me.
Regis? You alright?
All is well. All's in order. Wounds such as these heal on vampires in moments. But we've not seen one another in ages, my friend. At least in human terms, that is.
How's this even possible? Last I saw you...
I was a bubbling, shapeless smear, having been rather spectacularly melted into a column of a certain castle. In somewhat better shape now, as you can see. Hardly peak form, mind you, but were I human, folk would think me a demigod, I dare say.
I'm sorry. What happened? It was my fault. Never got a chance to apologize.
No need, Geralt. Bygones. I did not have to join you on that expedition. No one twisted my arm.
Miraculous regeneration. How do you manage it?
I had help. From the one you hunt.
Him? How? And what have you been doing all these years?
Not the time nor place for such stories. I suspect we'll get a chance to speak at ease and at length later. Now, however, we must deal with the reason that brought us both here.
Local serial killer seems to obey you. Maybe you could talk him out of it, convince him to stop murdering.
Why do you think I'd come? It shall not be easy, as Dettlaff can be rather stubborn. Though you must certainly recall that neither do I surrender readily.
So that's his name. He's your friend?
You might call it that. Though Dettlaff is... how would you humans put it? More bestial than I am. But not to worry. I'm working on him.
Haven't exactly done a great job with that. He's killed one knight since I got here. At least 3 others before I arrived.
For good reason, I'm sure. Understand, Dettlaff is not some decadent shit who kills for sport, or to assuage a dryness of throat or a dullness of mood.
So in your opinion, what are his reasons?
Precisely what I wish to find out. And then I will convince him of the error of his ways.
Got a lot of faith in the guy.
Despite appearances to the contrary, you two are quite alike. You've both noble hearts, yet you both are wont to perform ignoble deeds. When circumstances force you to, of course. Remember the year 964?
That was 3 centuries ago.
Blind fear gripped Rivia, Lyria, and Spala. Women and children were dying. Their mutilated, dismembered corpses littered the fields.
Brute of Lyria. Read about it. Chewed up almost 200, then fell to a common poacher supposedly armed with a dagger blessed by some prophet.
It fell to Dettlaff, who then found a poacher asleep in the brush near his snares and dropped the fiend's corpse at his feet. And thus, a legend was born.
Vampires rarely help humans. Must have had his own agenda, hunting the beast.
You err. He slew it for one reason alone. The monster killed a lad who once, in the street, had offered Dettlaff an apple, expecting nothing in return.
Terribly noble of him.
You do not have a monopoly on altruism, my friend. Vilgefortz melted my body. Dettlaff found what was left. As per our codex, he had a choice. To leave me where I was, or to care for me and nurture my remains. He chose the latter. Regenerated me at no small expense in his own blood. Do you know what that means to a vampire? The gravity of the endeavor?
Probably same thing it means to a human. You owe him your life.
Much more than that. The act itself made us blood brethren. A bond so strong humans cannot even imagine. Which is why I know something ill is afoot.
Always had an overdeveloped sense of empathy.
Each vampire has a unique talent. One they hone over centuries. It's precisely what renders us so difficult to classify. Dettlaff's trump card is his herd instinct. His tribal propensity. In point of fact, He prefers the company of lesser vampires and shuns that of humans. If he walks among you, killing egregiously, it can only mean something's upset him immensely.
Anything specific? Some set of things that'd be likely to set him off?
How should I say this? Dettlaff doesn't understand men, their world, its rules, its conventions. He's naive in a sense. He doesn't comprehend your games, knows not what it means to lie, deceive.
Suggesting he's maladjusted, inventing his rage.
I'm suggesting maladjustment can at times breed conflict. But is it the case this time? I cannot say, but intend to find out.
Gotta find him, before something upsets him even more, and all Beauclair is awash with blood.
Well, we share a cause then, just like the old days.
Not entirely. I mean, when I find him, you know.
I know you've a contract on his head. Yet your true task is to stop the beast killing, not necessarily to kill the beast, am I right?
All in all, sure.
Let us find him. By the time we do, I hope I'll have convinced you Dettlaff is no monster.
Fine, all right already. But for now, evidence is stacking up against him.
Hear that?
The posse. Knights must have tracked me here.
I'd prefer they not find me here. I've makeshift quarters at Mère Lachaise Long Cemetery. We'll meet there.
See you.
Witcher, we flew here as fast as our courses would carry us. Yet I fear we're late all the same. Pray, where is the beast?
Still investigating. About to inspect this site. Withdraw your men before they trample all over the evidence.
Sirs, we must let the Witcher do his work. Milton's murder cannot go unoffensed.
Greetings, sourpuss.
Good sirs. Do not allow the Witcher to fly his prey.
Another murder by the horrid beast. Milton de Peyrac Peyran falls victim to his own cowardice. The beast of Beauclair has struck...
Fix this empty dead. Sweep up here. Botch it.
Runs through the town.
Sir! Sir! A letter for you, sir!
Letter? Who from?
Can't rightly say, sir. I was just to deliver it.
Here. Thanks.
No, sir. Thank you. And I truly hope I'll be of service again.
My dear friend.
I've been told you're on a jaunt to Tucson. I do hope you don't overtax yourself during the wine festival. The effects of such exertion at your age can indeed prove most detrimental. I've come upon some information which might be of interest to you. While browsing through a colleague's book collection, I found mention of one Professor Moreau of Beauclair, who conducted research into Witcher mutations. The details I've come to learn are rather vague, and his laboratory's location remains a mystery. Yet his journal should at least provide hints as to both. It is said he was laid to rest with it in his tomb. I enclose a map I found in the tome I happened upon. Though less than completely legible, I trust it will prove useful nonetheless. Should you grow tired of sampling Beauclair's ladies, wines, and other exquisite delicacies, this matter might prove a fruitful diversion. Investigate at your leisure. Your friend, Yennefer.
A professor who studied Witcher mutations. Might actually be worth looking into.
my regards.
Wipe your boots before you take another step. Don't slurp your food. Don't eat with your hands. Don't pick your teeth with your knife.
What?
Oh, I'm just jesting. You, sir, clearly were not born in a barn. Welcome to the pheasantry. The best auberge in all the duchy.
I know you're busy, but...
Our sweet shining sun. Welcome to the...
See you later.
Work doth one know. Sloth doth one gratify.
Never thought I'd live to see times like these.
beg the prophet, Leviosa.
The tournament. Am I too late to sign up?
We've one slot free for anyone willing to play the Skellige deck.
Do you like it here? Hire a witcher. It's a posting. Go to Rivia. My eyes were not deceived, yet so far south. You, sir, of all folk in all your fame.
Mm-hmm. Me, south in all my fame.
Oh, I've heard so much. Why, when Master Dandelion tarried in Beauclair, not a day passed without him baying out a ballad in admiration of your deeds.
Yeah, unwelcome little habit of his. But what can I do for you?
You see, my betrothed, Francois Le Goff, vowed in my honor to bring me the head of the horrid beast they call Gretore.
Couldn't have gotten you a bouquet, some sweets in a bag?
Witcher, sir, you jest. A love most true demands proof through heroic deeds dedicated to the heart's captor. But alas, Francois has been gone a fortnight. Thus I must plead with you to see what's become of him. Could you? Would you?
This Gretore. Know anything else about it, mademoiselle? Judging by the name, guessing it lives in a cave.
Yes, from which it prowls when hungry. By night, when all are asleep, it creeps into villages. Then, of a sudden, breaks open shutters, reaches inside and snatches babes from their cradles so quickly they've not the time to yelp.
Nocturnal. Long prehensile arms. Intelligent.
Francois claimed he would cut the filth down in a snap, but he's been gone so long. Will you help, sir? I cannot sleep. I fear this worrying will be the death of me.
Rarely my wont to turn down a damsel.
Net. Yes, that amount.
Do my damnedest to get your fiancé back safe and sound. Just, mind telling me where to look for him?
I forget you come from afar and do not know our land. They say Gretore has its lair in the caves at the foot of the Gorgon Hills.
That close to the city? Telling me no bold souls have ventured out to defeat the beast?
Quite the contrary. Plenty have, but none's returned. My concern is well founded.
I see. All right. High time I set off.
a new quack from Joe Letter. I have an appointment.
Why so pale? Are you well?
No. Richard.
Ah!
The Duchess summoned him.
Nice tune.
Master Richard, what luck to happen upon you.
Got work for me? New contract?
Of the contract in question, you acquitted yourself beautifully years past on your last sojourn in Beauclair. I was in a bit of a bind at the time, do you remember? Yet I swore a solemn vow to pay you in full one day.
Guess it rings a bell.
Sadly, you went on your way before I could settle matters with you. So I took your coin and placed it in an account for safekeeping.
What kind of account?
A savings account at Cianfanelli Bank. You need but walk in and withdraw. The sum must be rather substantial by now.
Thanks. Head over there first. Gotta stop by that bank.
The best armor!
Up for a round of Gwent?
You need new bridges? The bat!
So long.
Best steel in all of Tucson. Take again.
Show me what you have. Farewell.
No! See you later! The best!
Think you could... Think you could crack... Farewell.
No! See you later! Whoa! A witcher! A serious client at last. Tell me, what do you need? Honeysuckle, Ganesha petals?
How's business?
The coin is good, but just between us, I'm going batty with boredom. I know what my customers want before they open their mouths. Boltmen, birch sap. Ladies of all walks, whatever fragrance Duchess Anarietta prefers at the time. If just once somebody would order some poison, eh?
In the mood for a round of Gwent?
Welcome back!
In the mood for...
Welcome back!
Show me. In the mood for a round of...
Welcome back!
In the mood...
temple.
Lac Selavi. Might be worth looking into. Someone needs an escort. Not something I do often, but might be worth investigating.
It's no desire. Lobotomy. If only I had my coin for a medic.
Greetings, monsieur.
Mind if I glance at your stock? See ya.
Whose notion of order is this? Why doesn't someone do something?
What's this about?
The notice, is that it? Are you a witcher, master?
Noises at the cemetery. You the one they bother?
Yes, yes, and I'm alone in that, it seems. That is, no one else has bothered to take any steps, though all must hear the racket. I took the matter up with the ducal guard. They claim they found nothing, but I'm not sure they even bothered to look. What's left for me to do? Should I sniff about the cemetery myself?
The noises, they pretty regular?
Each night. I live next door. I hear it loud and clear, as if through a horn someone had stuck in my ear. Ah! Hawk! Ooh! Firk! And then whack! Thud! As if a mother bear slammed pate first into a cupboard.
Know exactly what you mean. How much will I get for...
How much? Agreed.
Fine, I'll tend to it. Any victims? Someone go missing recently?
No one's come to harm, thank the gods.
Could be, but doesn't need to, though. Might also be grave robbers.
I can't rightly say what would be worse.
Ooh.
My belly.
Apologize.
Those noises again. I couldn't sleep.
Please, Her Grace! 3 cheers for Tutu!
Monsters are your captive. Let his mine!
I once had a girl, or should I say, she once had...
Why? Really, why? You'll not find work here. Not paying work, that is.
What are you selling exactly?
Top quality dyes. Guaranteed to produce intense colors that never bleed.
None for me, thanks.
What do you mean? Even the best warrior must look kempt, care for his appearance. For example, he might favor bright colors to stand out from the crowd, or dark to slip unseen through his lover's window by night.
Usually focus on armor's other attributes. Color's not so important. But I guess there's some sense to what you say.
There certainly is.
Fine. Show me what you got. Gotta go. So long.
Were the good prophet Lebioda lively and spry? drifting by. What dice?
Fine. Gotta go.
Life in Beauclair can be quite clear. Death, though, that's always...
Oh!
Lucky Walker.
How's Samantha live? Disperse! The exhibition of the Reginald Daubrey... Please disperse! The exhibition is closed!
What's this about?
Oh, Lapiota, give me strength. I can't bear this, please! I believe I've been clear. No presentation today. Oh, wait! Are you not that famous witcher, Geralt of Rivia?
Saw your notice.
The matter is a delicate one, but mind you...
The statue. Just tell me what's...
A picture's worth 1,000 words. More. Here it is. Our pride and joy, Reginald Daubrey. A giant among lovers. A poking, puncturing swordsman, and atop all that, an unrifled tickler of harps and other organs.
So what's wrong with it?
How should I put this? It's lost its jewels.
Somebody stole the testicles off a statue.
No ordinary statue, mind you. The sole monument made using a cast of the great Reginald's own genitals, certified and authenticated. Sprung directly from his loins, they grant all who stroke them unparalleled virility. All who buy a ticket, that is, thus, you must retrieve those stones.
Got any suspects?
Considering the vast potency of Reginald's prized pouch, everyone's a suspect. Who would not want it for himself?
Any idea when the theft took place?
It must have been mere hours ago. I guided the last group through the exposition quite recently. Stones were very much in place.
Got my attention.
There's so much to tell. In particular, Reginald took great pains to devise escape routes for lovers caught with their pants. Really? Do what? Don't worry, Reginald, don't worry. You shall be whole again soon.
Saw marks are straight and clean. Precision castration, I'd call this.
It will all work out. It must. Sorry, Reginald, don't worry. You shall be home.
This bandits has not put carried into the woods.
I stock the larder of the Duchessa herself.
The Duchess summoned him.
Appearances deceive, Witcher. Beware.
Vert Perak Perak.
Bagatelle, where is she? She's not in her store.
Stocks and the vaporweight those running riot. Our duchy values peace and quiet.
Come on, Roach. Move it.
The Duchess summoned you.
Oh?
Come on.
is in order!
Wow, a witcher's come round to take a
Bloody hell!
Strange. Can't hear anything now. Graves dug up. Thing is, grave robbers don't usually wail and moan that much. Tracks. Trampled grass and bloomers. Not the kind of moaning he meant, though. Damn it. More fighting. Noises coming from the catacombs, it seems.
Around here, it's wine, and more wine. But me, I prefer blood.
Inscriptions in Elder speech. Damn, Professor's journal's long gone, but in our hearts, somebody else found out about it too. Be to have a look around, see if I can find something else. Professor certainly can't do much to help me with my search. Footprints, narrow and shallow. Somebody small, light. Woman maybe?